What is OOP? Object-oriented programming, it is a programming model that organizes software design around data or objects, rather than just function and logic. In OOP, an object is an entity that combines data and behavior. It focuses on representing real-world entities as objects in code, which allows software to be more modular, scalable, and reusable. Why is it important? First is reusability. Use existing code in new projects. In terms of reusability, OOP significantly improves the ability to reuse code across different parts of a program or even different projects. This is mainly achieved through three OOP features: inheritance, encapsulations, and polymorphism. Next is it promotes modularity, organized and structured code. It breaks down complex software into smaller, manageable, and independent modules, each focused on a specific task or function. This approach simplifies development, debugging, testing, and maintenance by allowing programmers to work on individual modules without affecting others. Lastly, real-world modeling aligns with real-life entities. Real-world modeling means OOP represents real-life objects and their behavior in code, making programs easier to understand and relate to. For example, a car class in OOP can have attributes like color, brand, and speed, and methods like drive and brake, just like a real car in real life. For real-world analogy, think of OOP like a school system. A class is a blueprint, here it's student. Objects are real students created from that blueprint like Juan and Maria. They have attributes, name, age, grade level, and methods or behavior like study, take exam, and submit homework. And with inheritance, a graduate student still has student traits but can do more like write a thesis. OOP makes programming as organized as a school.
So after ma-describe ni Bianca yung object-oriented programming, I hope natuto kayo din and nagkaroon kayo ng idea about object-oriented programming. Kasi ngayon, i-compare naman natin si procedure-oriented programming kay object-oriented programming. So first, let's define procedure-oriented programming. So POP is a programming style that focuses on functions or procedures to perform tasks. Data and functions are separate and programs run step by step. So para siyang recipe na susundin mo mula una hanggang dulo. So una, pangalawa, pangatlo, pangapat, panglima hanggang dulo. So next, it is easy for simple programs but harder to manage for large and complex systems. So paano ko nasabi yun na hirapan na siyang i-manage pag sobrang laki na ng system? Kasi pag palaki ng palaki system, nagkakaroon na ng code duplication. And hindi kaya i-manage ni procedure-oriented programming yun and nagiging parang unorganized or nagiging spaghetti na yung code. So punta naman tayo kay object-oriented programming. OOP is a programming style that focuses on objects which combine data and functions together. It uses concepts like classes, inheritance, polymorphism to organize the code. So isipin nyo kung gusto kong mag-describe ng fruit like apple. So gusto kong i-describe si apple na kulay red siya, matamis siya, and kung ilan yung calories niya. So madi-describe mo siya kay object-oriented programming. So unlike kay procedural-oriented programming, so yung mahirap mag-define ng object. So madi-define lang natin siya as string apple, taste is equal to ganun. So parang ang pangit niyang tignan compare kay object-oriented programming. So punta tayo sa IDE natin kung bakit nasabi kong mas maganda si OOP kaysa kay procedural-oriented programming. So kagaya na to, sobrang makikita natin dito yung code duplication. Halimbawa, gusto kong mag-create ng 10 students. So kagaya na ito, nag-declare ako ng name, which is ito, and age, which is ito, and gusto ko siyang i-print yung name and yung age. So makikita natin dito na uulit-ulitin ko lang yung code na yun. So di pa ako tignan. So unlike kay OOP, para magkaroon lang ako ng better or organized na code, magki-create lang ako ng object. Then para makapag-initialize ako ng details niya or attributes niya, gagawa lang ako ng constructor para hindi siya paulit-ulit. Then next, gagawa ako ng method para hindi rin siya paulit-ulit. So paano natin ipiprint yun? So i-call lang natin yung name ng student and then ipiprint lang natin siya. So kaya nasabi ko na mas maganda si OOP kaysa kay procedural programming. So ayun lang guys, I hope natuto kayo, and mamaya i-explain pa namin yung object-oriented programming and kung ano yung mga uses niya.
So let's move to the basic concepts of OOP. So first, we have object. Object is created by instantiating a class. It is anything that has an attribute and a purpose. So yung object, nag-represent siya ng real-world things sa program. Halimbawa, kapag gusto mong gumawa ng class na car, yung actual car na ginamit sa code ay object. So for here, we have an example. We have a person. So yung person, nagko-consist siya ng name, age, and sex. So for the importance, they are the building blocks of OOP. They make programs more realistic like real-world things. They help keep code organized and reusable. So objects are important kasi sila yung foundation ng OOP. Kung wala sila, wala rin code reuse at organization sa programs mo. In Formula 1, the car is an object. Its attribute could be the team name, the top speed, and the color. Its purpose is to race on the track. Second is the encapsulation. Encapsulation makes sure that sensitive data is hidden from users, declared class variables attributes as private, provide public get and set methods to access and update the value of the private variable. Ginagamit siya para protektahan ang data at maiwasan ang careless changes and pinapayagan lang ang access sa tamang paraan sa pamamagitan ng getters and setters. Importance. It protects the data by restricting direct access, maintains data integrity, values can't be changed carelessly, provides controlled access through getters and setters, makes code more secure, organized, and easier to maintain. So, it is important sa encapsulation kasi nagtatago siya ng mga sensitive data, pero pwede mo pa rin siyang gamitin safely in the right way. And for an example, we have a vending machine. So, sa vending machine, you insert a money and press a button. So, the internal process is hidden. You only get the snack or a drink. Lastly, inheritance is when one class can acquire the properties and methods of another class. So, saan nga ba natin ginagamit si inheritance? Si inheritance is nakatulong siya para hindi pa ulit-ulit yung code. And ginagamit siya kapag maraming classes na may parehong features. So, we have two categories. First is the superclass or also known as a parent class. It's the class that being inherited from. Ito yung pinaka-general na class kung saan magagaling yung features na pwede inherit ni subclass. And next is child class or the subclass. It's the class that inherits from another class. Ito yung mas specific na class na kumukuha ng features galing sa parent. And unlike a parent, mas broad yung access niya dahil subclass nga siya. Extends. The extends keyword is used to show that a class is inheriting from another class. Ginagamit natin si extend para i-connect ang subclass sa parent class. Next is this. Refers to the current object of a class. Ginagamit natin si this na keyword para ma-determine natin yung variables or methods na meron yung current object. And last is the super. It refers to the parent class, either to call its constructor or access its methods fields. Ginagamit kapag gusto mong gamitin o tawagin yung nasa parent class, like method. So, dito na pumapasok yung code reusability. So, very useful siya. And also, you should not forget about the restriction of inheritance. A subclass can inherit from just one parent class, so you can extend multiple classes at the same time.